One, you probably just, saw that video clip that I edited in. Uh, I've been editing that only for like 20 minutes. I thought I had to get a new recorder because, they updated this sort of thing that I'm using. I thought I couldn't do a face cam. I can't do a face cam. So, I've been editing and figuring stuff out for about 40 minutes, and it's all combined. Yeah, anyway, now I can finally get to the actual video. This is by actually happened. My parents loved my younger sister more than me. Oh, I wonder where this is going. Somewhere. But yeah, you can see the thumbnail. But I'm gonna take this I'm gonna obviously just automatically look down on this, but I try to give this a chance. Doesn't work out. This just actually happened. We're gonna do like all the other channels. Then maybe it'll be over and we'll start doing story booths again, or maybe I'll squeeze in story booths here and there. Anyway, enough chit chat. We already had like 3 minutes of that. Let's get on with the video.
Hello, I'm Jennifer.
Oh shit, my volume's not up. How I care so much.
And I have a confession. I have spent a lot of time hating someone very close to me, and now I am bitterly ashamed of myself. This is my story. I have a younger sister, Stella. I was 4 years old when she was born, and I remember that I was really
It's not actually happened. The video without pregnancy.
enthusiastic to get a little baby girl I would play with. Well, I was still a baby myself, to be fair, but things went awfully wrong from the very beginning. Stella was born underweight and had to be kept in the hospital. She struggled for weeks, with everyone, relatives, and friends worried about her. In the meantime, I was forgotten by everyone. Just
You say that like they should be paying attention to you. No, this baby could have just been born and will die in 2 seconds. You don't need all the attention you think you need, okay? Chill out.
3 weeks ago, I was the center of everyone's attention. Everyone playing with me and giving me presents, and now
Yeah, you could do with a break.
everyone talks about that Stella, and no one
Well, hey, fetuses are more important.
even wants to know how I am. I found an inventive way to attract adults' attention toward myself. I
Flash them.
threw tantrums. But my parents very soon explained to me that a tantrum doesn't make everyone forget Stella, and that I should be less selfish. To be honest, I got very offended, but this passed totally
Why? You're pretty selfish, to be honest.
unnoticed by everyone. When they finally brought Stella home, I felt nothing. Looking at that ugly, screaming creature, surely I couldn't
Cries.
play with her as they had promised. But at least, finally, I got my parents back. But no one was ready to spend all the day to play or walk with me. My parents had other
Well, it's a baby? You're like a kid? Unless you're trying to prove that you're stupid? Kind of needs more attention, don't you think? I
more
hate you.
important things to do, which was taking Stella to the doctors. I had to learn to mind my own business and get only half of the attention that was supposed to be all mine.
It wasn't supposed to be all yours. Allow me. I'm not gonna be on the face cam, but. There, baby!
Then I went to school. Things didn't improve. Stella was growing a sickly kid, and my parents were constantly dedicating their time, effort, and money to curing her from one disease or another.
Sounds like someone's a little anti-vax.
At the same time, I was an absolutely normal kid
Boring.
with my school, hobbies, friends. My parents were giving me attention, but not as much as I needed, and I was solving my problems pretty much on my own. I got
Oh well, grow pussy. You're fine.
really bitter with my parents and started detesting that helpless monster of my sister. When I became a teenager, things got even worse. It was always,
Oh, Mom, Dad, you wanna... Okay, that voice hurts my throat. Forget it. You get what I was gonna say.
Stella this and Stella that. While it seemed that when I grew up, my parents considered their parental job done. I tried to rebel to get more attention, to ask for help, even to talk to them. And this is when my parents explained to me
Jesus, you're a teenager, not a toddler.
that they loved me a lot, but they considered me an independent person who doesn't need
Strong, independent woman.
that much support. Look, Jenny, how strong you are. You can cope literally with everything. Stella is weak and she is sick all the time, and who will take care of her? But you will not have any problems in any situation. We're so proud of you. Yeah, pride sounds great, but a bit of support? The worst episode happened when I was supposed to go to a new school
Let me guess, she's 14.
in another city, and therefore moved from my parents for the school term. I had been asking my parents for ages to buy me a guitar. Everything seemed fine. My sister went to school, her health seemed quite okay, and I thought that finally we would get a well-balanced family. We didn't communicate much, me and Stella. I had nothing in common with her, and was not eager to talk to her when she tried awkwardly to start conversations. So
It's not like she's trying to socialize with her own goddamn sister or anything. Like, what a weirdo.
I was sure I would get my guitar. When suddenly, Stella gets some lung infection, stays home for a couple of months, and after that, the doctor says that my parents need to take her to the seaside to convalesce, at least for a month. Guess what do I get? Oh, sorry, dear. A month at the seaside is a costly thing, so we can't afford to buy a guitar for you right now. Can you wait a bit?
Yes, you can wait a bit. Would you rather your own sister dies of a lung disease, or you get your precious guitar? Look, chill. It's an instrument anyway. I don't play instruments, and look, I'm
was
fine.
furious. Again, that little princess gets everything, and I am leaving home like a stray dog.
No, it's not that she's being treated like a princess. It's like she's being treated like a young kid with a lung disease. You're being treated like a normal person, but you have paper thin skin. I don't know. Here's the thing. You're freaking stupid, and that's the bottom line.
I didn't even try to reason with my parents that time. I just left. I just left home all boiling with anger and
Whoa, you're so cool.
disappointment. I was even imagining how wonderful life would be without Stella, and didn't
Did I mention this is fabricated?
even feel sympathy towards her. Those feelings didn't fade out during the term, and I came home all bitter for Christmas. The situation didn't seem to change a little bit when suddenly time came for giving presents. All taken aback, I saw Stella bringing me a guitar. I didn't understand a thing. I knew my
But I freaking appreciate that. You treated her like the stray dog, and you expected to be a princess. She gets you a guitar, you better not be like, oh, I'm gonna... I neglected it, because...
parents still didn't have money. Stella said that it was a present from her personally. But how come? She confessed that she didn't feel well for me not getting my guitar. So she spent all her personal savings for it, and even did some odd works during the autumn to collect money. I couldn't
What do you mean, odd works?
help crying. I was so ashamed.
Gotta love that stock sound effect.
Remembering all the things I thought about my sister, turned out I didn't even know her at all. And I behaved like a selfish egomaniac. I think that was the point when I felt I was growing up. Now I'm trying to improve the relationships with my parents and my sister. The lesson I learned is that detesting someone not knowing them well is childish and can backfire against you.
No way! Being a bitch has consequences? Oh, gosh! Yeah, no shit. Oops. Anyway, I'm lazy and
Someone
I've
not
edited
knowing
enough.
them well?
This looks interesting. My boyfriend is a control freak and he's way out of line. Oh, is he gonna touch your... I think I've hit my limit actually. With me with a, no bad words. I'll say. I'm gonna have to edit this out, aren't I? Alright.
Hello, I'm Gina. Do you
Hi.
think it's possible for a person to love you too much?
Yes.
This is exactly what happened to me. I first saw Brad in school, and he was such a handsome boy with the prettiest smile I'd ever seen. Every day I was hoping he would notice me. And it
Notice me, son boy.
finally happened. He came to me and asked if I
Nice ass.
was free that evening. And it was the happiest day of my life.
Surprise, your pants are dry.
That evening, we went to the movies, and then for a walk in the park, and it was super romantic. Not long after it, we started to date,
We made out.
and first few weeks were perfect. We were seeing each other every day, and he always told me how beautiful I was.
He won't. See, thing is, whatever. I got nothing. I had something, but I don't know. Brain proving
And when we weren't together, he was texting to me how much he loved and missed me. It was sweet, but sometimes I was busy with school or seeing my friends, and during that time, he was texting me nonstop. One day I was doing homework, and when I finished, I looked at my phone and there were hundreds of texts and missed calls. First ones were like, I love you, I miss you. But then it was something like, are you all right? Where are you? Why don't you answer me? I called Brad and said, I'm sorry for not answering. I was busy with my homework. He said, okay, but call me next time because I'm worried. It was quite sweet the first time, but then it happened again and again. Each time when I wasn't able to answer him right away, even if it was during a lesson, he started to panic. One time, he even knocked on a classroom door and asked a teacher for me to come out. It was so embarrassing. Brad always wanted to be with me, like, all the time. He was visibly upset if I decided
Someone's a little thirsty.
to spend some time with my friends instead of him. Honestly, it was kind of a turnoff at this point. It was hard to like a boy who didn't give you any space. I told my friends about it, and they thought I was selfish because he just loved me very much. So I kept going, thinking
You got some really bad friends. Yeah, Chad's a total simp.
it would get better eventually. Of course it didn't.
Where were his hands going?
It only got worse. He was waiting for me to come out of class after each lesson and insisted on us always being together. At this point, even my friends realized that something was wrong. When I told him that I wanted to spend some time separately, he got mad, saying, you don't love me anymore. I had to prove him wrong, so the only time without him was at home, and even then, he was texting me constantly. The last straw for me was when I was talking to Johnny, my classmate, about the project we were
Is he gonna fuck a vampire or something? I mean, look at him.
doing together for school,
Johnny.
and Brad came to us,
Oh,
faced
Johnny.
Johnny, and said to him, stop talking to her, she's mine.
Or I'll rip your wiener off. I'll, I don't know, wipe your sponge head all over my ass as I take a steamy shit.
Tried to explain to Brad that he should calm down. Johnny's just a classmate, but he wouldn't listen, trying to act like a man and protect me. Yeesh. Johnny got up and left, muttering, weirdo. I was so embarrassed. So I told Brad, it's not okay. You act like a stalker. Can you stop? And he answered, I do it because I love you.
I do it because I'm a simp and clingy, and I'm really thirsty for some pussy. I think that's my limit.
I didn't know why Brad
Hi. Bedtime.
Listen, ow, ow, ow. Just out, just a few fucking minutes.
was acting like that. But I didn't see him as this cool, confident boy I had seen before. So of course, my feelings toward him changed. So later that day, I said that I didn't want to date him anymore. He begged me to reconsider. He said he was sorry like 100 times. And when I said no, he got angry and implied that I liked Johnny, and that's why I was dumping him. Ugh! He was texting me every day for 2 weeks, saying how much he missed me, and I explained over and over to him that I didn't want to date anymore. For a few days he was silent, and I thought he must have moved on, but then he called me and said, "Can you please look out your window?" I did, and there was a bunch of lit candles spelling "I love you." It was so awkward. I went outside and tried to explain to him that he was a great guy, but I didn't like this insane level of control. He was so upset, like he was holding up tears, and I felt so sorry for him. He said that I was his first girlfriend, and he felt scared of losing me, and that's why he acted like this, and he didn't see it until his older brother pointed it out to him. He asked if he could try again and